Hey everybody, Dutch Sense here. It is 12:36 a.m. Central Time on Monday, October 10th, 2011. And we're looking at in telecast here. I have the continental U.S. radar view turned on, and we're looking in Texas specifically. There are several HAARP rings, what I call HAARP rings. They could also be called frequency rings or echo tops. But let's go ahead and zoom in on the epicenter of each one of these rings, and we can name the town. And what it usually happens is within 24 to 48 hours, severe weather hits the center of each ring. Now, I have seen it take up to 3 days. Other times, I've seen nothing happen at all. So we're going to have to watch Midland to Odessa, and Lubbock north to Plainview, and also Amarillo. So I'll back it out. You can see the rings appear out of each of these towns. They flash on, flash off. Now, as we go north, you can see in Kansas, right up through North Platte, and actually it's a highway intersection in particular. We're talking about these flat edges that are appearing here. These are what I call scalar squares. They are squares that appear on radar, but there's no actual precipitation in the area. Sometimes they're hollow in the center, other times they're fully illuminated. And the spot that we're going to look at here would be Highway 92 and Highway 3, right over to, I guess, where it says 21 here. I don't know if that's Highway 2, but right in this area here. Next 24 to 48 hours, just keep an eye on it, just in case. Usually when the rings and the squares appear in conjunction with each other, there's severe weather. Now let's go ahead and look and see if we see any others. Okay, I don't see any others appearing here on Intellicast. I went ahead and pulled up Unisys, and it shows as well on Unisys, but it shows slightly differently. Each one of these are the NEXRAD stations, and they're ground-based frequency rings, basically. So you can see the same area, but slightly offset, right? We're not talking about just Lubbock and Amarillo. You're looking at several locations where these are actually located. All right, and that's Unisys. I'll put all these links down below so you can go look at the information yourself. Here's College of DuPage, and College of DuPage shows the last 48 mosaics, and again you can see the very well defined ring edge that's coming out of central Texas, and again all the stations are being illuminated here. This is NEXRAD view basically. Now let's go ahead and look on IntelliWeather. IntelliWeather gives us a 3D view. So you can see, and I think they take it at 15-minute intervals or 30-minute intervals. So you're not getting as thorough of a view, but you can again see the spots where the rings are occurring, but there's no actual storms there. This is just showing up on radar only, which means a tremendous amount of frequency is being injected into the air. One final way to look at it would be on AccuWeather. Let me go ahead and turn this up a little bit. Okay, you can see the entire state of Texas, and specifically Lubbock, Amarillo, south to, well, let's get a town here just to make sure it's the same place. So right in here, I don't know whether to expect severe weather or if this means that something else is occurring. I don't know if this is high frequency heating or the development of a low pressure system. There's no way to know. We'd have to actually measure these frequencies somehow with a frequency measuring device, maybe an RF meter, but figure out what frequency it's operating on, and that will tell us whether they're microwaving it or whether we're looking at VLF. There's no real way to know whether they're tuning it up or tuning it down. I have this firm belief that what we're seeing here is as they tune up these devices up into high frequency, or as they tune them down into low frequency, you see it pass through the radar spectrum, and that illuminates the rings for a certain amount of time. These aren't your typical background rings. These are, well, these are other type of rings. And they're actually not rings. They're more like cones, because you're actually looking three-dimensionally down like a spiral or a vortex. And they are rotating, and you're looking down a cone that's being projected from a ground-based station. Okay, I hope that explains it a little bit, and I will name the towns down below just to keep an eye on. I sure hope we're wrong, But just keep an eye out for severe weather in those towns. Cheers, folks.